Okay, hi, good morning. My name is Robert. I'm the founder and CEO since the year 2000 of Innova Technology. Um, the company has been 20 years and we are focusing over chip design for information security and data security. And this is my credential briefly. I'm an invited speaker to plenty of international summit, including Flash Memory Summit and Storage Network Information Industry Association, and also International SOC Conference with smart manufacturing security at InfoSec as well. And I'm also an invited panelist of International Hardware Security Workshop at the MOST, which it means Ministry of Science and Technology in Taiwan. Here's my brief education background: Master and Bachelor of Science Electrical Engineering. And this is show a brief photo about what I have done over the international summit. And here comes with Innova Technology. We are 20 years experts of information and data security. And our expertise is doing chip design, which is the semiconductor. All our chip acquired international security standard in United States and EU. United States is FIPS 140-2 level 3 and level 2 as a single chip, as a certified module. And for the EU, it's called common criteria as a security validations. And our products and solution are attested by major aerospace and defense, military, government, enterprise, and industrial equipment makers, including those in Singapore Technology, STEE, and Australia Defense Department, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Curtiss-Wright, Small Modular, Mercury System, Northrop Grumman, etc. And those big 10 US defense contractors are been using our chip, and then they are very satisfied with some of those lasting more than 12, 15 years relationship. Here's our vision. We believe the core of a computer security problem is storage, because it is the center of the data that has an operating system, user data, temporary files, and archives. I'm just have a brief suspension here. Can you hear my voice well?
Yes, I can hear your voice well.
Okay, very good. Should I expect question from you, or you just let me run through all my presentation?
I'll let you finish your presentation first. The questions will be done after.
Very good. So we believe cybersecurity isn't all about securing network and host, which is the most that people are seeing today. As this information and data remains vulnerable, such that cybersecurity should focus more over information, over protecting data, other than just simply securing network and host. So that's what we do. We focus on information and data security. A real-time chip, which is the chip that's similar to what we had done, is critical to protecting store, share, and backup data. Here's our credential about FIPS certification, 140-2 level 3 and level 2, and we also have a plenty level 1 certification, and your EU common criteria validations. Here's our customers right now. We have aerospace and defense and military. As you can tell that with the U.S. Army, Navy, and U.S. Air Force being with our client, and those are being done through major U.S. defense contractor, including General Dynamics, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and the Elbis Systems, and Raytheon, so that you can see that those defense contractors utilize our real-time information security chip to safeguard their critical assets, which means data. And we do have our industrial appliances manufacturer, including computer maker and embedded design and gaming, such that you can see that we have a portable drive, and we have a secure computing laptop and desktop. And also it's casinos and gaming, copy machine for department, and then NAS file server. Those are critical data because those data involved with the money and intellectual property. So our major achievements are, we are the pioneer of hardware for this encryption technology, real-time secure data at rest. We've been persistence, endurance. We take over 15 years to become an international standard about for this encryption technology. So that currently available SED, self-encrypting drive, that's what I call, or TCG Opal drive, they deploy the hardware encryption there by, this is our invention. It's for this encryption technology. And we've been mainstream adoption over 800 plus million drive, and it's growing, adopting the same technology. We do invent, we hold over a dozen invention patents. And we have a certification about FIPS common criteria and National Security Agency, NIAP, CSFC, which is a commercial solution for classified validations. Here's our roadmap for success. Because we build chip and we've been doing very well about the semiconductor entire technology, about the chip design. So our next phase will be a proven security chip engineering solutions with a built-in extremely robust security technology in the form of an ASIC, which is ASIC, and that's called Application Specific Integrated Circuit, AKA as a chip. So we build government EID, electronic ID, and we build chip for IoT and unmanned vehicles to secure their critical assets. We can do fast turnaround because of experience. And we can do a more secure design because all our solutions are essentially been proven by our customers in important aerospace, military, and government design, as well as those FIPS validated cryptographic modules. And it's therefore on the right side, you can see that on the core part, which is the brown color, that's the certified crypto modules as a core. And then around it, you can see a different interfaces, such as SPI slave, I2CUART, and PCIe, USB SATA, GPIO, and SPI master, etc., so that the future of the success can be customarily configure any particular interface, and depends on the speed requirement of the interface. Therefore, we would adjust the throughput of the FIPS Level 3 certified crypto module, such to accommodate a specific application in terms of high or low speed performance, in terms of cost and power consumption and performance. Here's our competing edge over all competitors. Our chip, as an information and data security chip, has successfully addressed security vulnerabilities of software and hardware encryption. The software encryption has advantage because it's flexible, and exactly that's been flexible has come with a major security weakness. Several of those are in recoverable data corruptions. When you're operating software encryption and power was interrupted, and you get a corrupted data, and data cannot be recovered. And of course, you deploy software encryption and those temporary files are left unprotected. And because the software encryption utilizes the hosted CPU, central computing unit, as well as the memory associated with the host computer, and therefore it's subject to shared bandwidth with untrusted host resources. And the outcome is normally is poor performance and security vulnerability. The force cannot dodge side channel analysis attack. That's all the software. It's inevitable. They cannot dodge any side channel attack analysis. And of course, when you deploy software, there will be a high maintenance cost. And here's an example of the hardware encrypted drive as exposed security vulnerabilities. So hardware encrypted drives are not done security. And the reason being, there was a famous report analysis published by Rijboud University of Netherlands over a advisory on solid state disk SSD. The article was published in 2018, and the article was addressing about several major exploit security vulnerabilities. The first one is called firmware reverse engineering attack. So firmware was being dumped and then being analyzed and then being injected and then put back in with those Trojan code, and allow for full recovery of data without knowledge of any secret. This is very severe, especially when you have access to a physical drive, and then the drive is supposedly to be encrypted by key. But the thing is, the data can be recovered, the secret can be recovered without the knowledge of any key. And that's very, very severe in terms of security vulnerability. Well, BitLocker managed hardware encrypted drives suffered the same defects, essentially because BitLocker just managed the key, but the layer of hardware security was being broken, so that BitLocker would suffer the same defects. Our chip solution take out all the voids. First one, firmware cannot be reverse engineered by utilizing our chip design. We will enforce cryptographic binding, meaning a valid decryption key is always required for data recovery of the data. And then cryptographic binding really means that a decryption key and encryption key and secrets are all binded together with cryptographic means. And I'll get in further if you have a question in the end. So what does it mean by cryptographic binding? Third, BitLocker can securely manage Innova chip encrypted drive, and that's the big plus benefit for BitLocker. People who are using BitLocker as a software key management can now feel a lot more easier and secure by managing our chip. And then they can get the data become very secure, and the BitLocker will just take good care of the key management other than doing the software encryptions. Our chip is real-time performance with this industrial proven reliability, which is most critical. You want to have the encryption chip, but you want to have it operated reliably. By using our chip, there will be no data corruption during the entire operation. Our solution addressed the four critical considerations of a sound security solution for any industrial applications. First, reliability. Second is trusted layer of men and machines, meaning we can encrypt the entire communication tunnels and digitally sign and verify on each request and response. And then there will be encrypted and signed data store as a store data, that's called DAR, that's called data at rest. And then share data, that's called data in transit as a DIT. as FIPS validated, role-based and identity-based authentication. When role-based and identity-based are two different levels of authentication skills and methodologies, and both are being FIPS level 2 and level 3 certified. Our computing age. First of all, as a platform and drive agnostics. It's OS independent based on our solution, so you get to operate on any operating system. As a drive independent, you get to pick any storage drive that your design would prefer, so that your designer would not be limited, or industrial application will not be limited by any single drive vendor. And then the solution are being tested. And of course, we do a lot of customization in terms of security. Therefore, customer with a unique security requirement always approach us for customizable features. And here's talk about, the 3 agnostic design that's been shown on previous page. As you can see, this is a standard computer that comes with the BIOS and CPU and DRAM on the left side, which is a motherboard. And the motherboard will always come with a standard SATA host controller or USB host controller. And then on the right side, you see the drives, so that without our chip, the drive would be simply connected directly to the SATA host controller. And therefore, our chip has been introduced as a bridge, which is a transparent bridge. And the transparent bridge of the chip connect directly between the SATA host controller and a SATA device controller, and then perform real-time data encryption and decryptions. Therefore, on the bottom there, you see the ciphertext transfer, meaning that all the clear text data transferred through the chip are being real-time encrypted before they are written to the disk drive. And then of course, the clear text transfer, meaning all the data has been real-time decrypted before it presented to the host memory for the computer operating system to further use those clear text data. But the thing is, all the data that's been written to the drive, it's been real-time encrypted. Therefore, under an authenticated drive or under the correct implementation of being hardware encrypted by utilizing this chip, any lost laptop or lost disk drive or lost computer equipment of any industrial equipment, any loss of the assets will be just loss of the hardware itself. You can, any potential hacker can touch the content of the disk drive. And here come with the 3 independent designs. The first one is the chip can be populated directly to the motherboard host controller side. Therefore, any drive connected to that encrypted port will be automatically encrypted and protected. And the second design comes with here as a red and a black circle. The controller chip, our chip, can be integrated directly to the PCBA, the PCB board of the storage drive, or before the storage drive. And then third integration will be the red circle as an independent dongle, so that it's an independent PCB with the chip situated that can connect both the SATA host controller as a motherboard and then a regular hard disk drive or solid state disk drive. And then the entire disk drive will be real-time protected. And here's our product.
Hello,
Go ahead.
sorry, Ryan, sorry to interrupt, but we're almost running out of time. Are you able to wrap up the presentation sooner so we can proceed with the...
In 1 minute.
Sure.
In 1 minute. So here's our chip solution. As plenty of chip that's been displayed here, and each one of them will work different interfaces. And here's our end product module solution for the secure computing of a desktop and a laptop. So people will just purchase our module and then plug in directly to their computer to make their computer secure. And here's our drop-in solution so that you can utilize your 2.5-inch or M.2, and then we can replace them so that your regular laptop will become a more secure and robust security laptop. And then as well as your desktop computer or a NAS drive, that can do that as well. And so we develop along the years with all those security modules to facilitate most commercial adoption about it. CMMC compliance is the first, it's a major one. We have Enigma, it's a hardware portable dongle that can encrypt the design for managing your entire supply chain. And of course, your executive manager get to share encrypted data through any public network without using any virtual private network. So hacker gets nothing. Well, with our chip and solutions, everything are being taken care of in terms of information and data security. And thank you very much. This will conclude my presentation.
All right. Thank you very much, Robert. So I just got a few questions for you. My first one would be, we're curious to know, is there any effect or impact caused by COVID-19 in this industry? And if there is, how is your company overcoming these hurdles, if any?
Yes. The company was operating in Wann in the United States. So since the breakout, employee cannot be traveling freely. And therefore, lots of things has been prohibited, including all the product verification and testing, which will require a physical presence, and those are being delayed. Most of the thing can be done through telephone conference, but it can only provide to a limited benefits.
I see. Then my second question would be, what are your current goals with regards to reaching out new clients from different countries or continents?
Can you repeat your question, please?
I'm sorry. My question was, what are your current goals or plans with regards to reaching out new clients from different countries or continents?
Well, right now we're just doing the best we could through any public media over attending more conferences to get a more market exposure because the physical travel limitations. The thing is, the Taiwan government has a very strict quarantine for any incoming traveler as a 21 days in solitary. That's what we call it, as a quarantine. So by yourself, you just lock in as in the hotel room. It's very small, and you cannot even step out of the door.
That's right.
And then that's very tough for any business traveler. So what we could do is, we attend the platforms such as ITC is offering, and then we try to get our name out, try to get more exposure with customer and connect with them.
All right. And then my last question would be just, in the 20 years of your expertise, as I've heard, if you were to choose one, what do you consider the greatest success of your company so far?
I think it's our technology. The technology, has been adopted by more than 800 million devices out there. They are utilizing our technology. So I consider it as a great achievement.
All right. Thank you very much, Robert, for this presentation.